All right. Is this on? Is this on? Is it? It is on. Good. I'm leveling. I'm leveling up, even though my lisp is still the same. My tongue's way too fucking big. That's why I don't rap. I could have easily been like, I'm gonna be a rapper on SoundCloud, and I'm gonna like make cloudy trap beats, and I'm gonna sing about fucking bitches, even though I'm a virgin. I could have always been that guy. I'm not doing that because my tongue's way too big. Hi, it's your favorite autistic Korean. I'm not sure if my face is puffy. I ate like some weird Korean, basically like the Korean version of naan with like honey and some cinnamon inside the bread thing, and it's really good. It's not greasy at all. It's some good shit, and you can get like 4 gigantic pieces for like $3. Carb makes my face fat, and I already have fat cheeks. Like my baby fat did not go away, so which is why I'll always look young. I'm gonna look like this till I'm 35, by the way. I'm gonna look like my dad was that way. My uncles were all that way, so I'm gonna be that way. This is I'm gonna meet up with people when I'm 35. Everybody's gonna look like an adult. They're gonna look mature. They're gonna look like they're stable with their money, and I'm gonna be that one guy who's just like, I never grew up since I was 15, or some Peter Pan, Conan O'Brien bullshit. It's a new year. It's a new fucking decade, which is crazy. I started 2010 just a mere babe. I was listening to ABBA and Queen, and I thought I was cool, and I thought I had a bright future ahead of me, and I thought I was gonna be a fucking doctor or something. And now here I am, 2019. I'm desperate. I'm lonely. I have like maybe 2 to 4 close friends. I've been to some other countries, which is fun, and you know, I have vastly different tastes than art, films, music, books, or whatever. I guess I know more about life. I guess I'm like 2 inches taller compared to when I was in 2010. And there are now porn stars who are younger than me, which is fucking crazy. And I totally understand why certain people are very uncomfortable with porn as they grow up old, because you know, when you're like 50 something and you're like watching new porn, you're like, wow, that girl was born when I was like 25. I'm gonna stop watching this now because I feel weird. You know, the thing is, you know, everybody's like, oh, New Year's resolutions, oh, it's a new fucking decade, so this time it's gonna count, this time it's gonna fucking work. And the thing is that none of this really works. I think the problem is people shoot like too high up. They're shooting for the moon, while in fact they should be shooting for like the next door neighbor. You know, people are saying, I'm gonna make this year my bitch. I'm gonna make this year. I'm gonna sit on this year's face. I'm gonna make this year scream out the safe word because I'm doing it consensually or whatever. And the thing is, what you need to be doing is like, you know, maybe I'll be like good friends with this year. Maybe we'll hold hands. Maybe I'll get to like 3rd base. Maybe I'll slide home in 2022. Maybe, but like this year, we're gonna start slow. We're gonna start on an even playing field and some bullshit like that. And that's what I'm trying to do. I'm not gonna be like, I'm gonna be a fucking millionaire this year. No, it's not gonna happen because nobody gives a shit about me in this world. And most importantly, I'm probably gonna be doing like mandatory military service by the end of 2020, or by the time this video gets uploaded, it's probably gonna be 2020 anyway. So by the end of this year, I'll be either in the military, or some psychiatrists will tell me that I am too unstable and too autistic and too like bipolar for the military, and they'll be like, go do some public service in the library and read books on Confucianism or whatever, while you like mop the floors. And I do like mopping floors. It's a very cathartic thing to do. So maybe that'll happen. So the whole like, I'm gonna be famous this year and this is gonna be my year, that's not gonna happen. That's absolutely not gonna happen this year. This is the year where I grind. It's another year of grinding. Last year, this like 2019, that was the year where I just like threw myself all around and wasted my time. But 2020 is gonna be fucking different. in a very small way, but it's at least it's gonna be a step up, hopefully. I've been thinking about sort of leveling up as a person. I feel like if I lose like some more weight, just a bit more weight, not too much, because then I'm just gonna look like a fucking skull. If I lose just a bit more weight, if I get like a decent haircut and not just like this shitty third wave emo anime character haircut, and if I get like actually good looking clothes instead of this fucking death grip shirt and like some weirdly stained pants, I feel like I can aim for being like a manic insert fantasy creature here dream boy. I feel like that aesthetic is like getting really big when you see musicians like Dominic Fike or fucking Conan Gray or Cave Town. You see these kids and you're like, hey, this idea of like the traditional masculinity it's completely going away. When you see people like Timothée Chalamet like becoming that big, when you see K-pop idols like really ruling the world now, you're like, okay, this idea of this hyper masculine identity, it's going away. Now we want guys to listen to the fucking Smiths or the Cure or some bullshit. I don't know what the equivalent is now. What do we even fucking listen to these days? Do we still listen to the Strokes? I hope we still listen to the Strokes, because I love the Strokes, and I feel like I do have some aspects of myself. I feel like I can fit into that mold. Like I like Animal Collective and the Smiths and the Strokes and all those accessible but somewhat quirky bands. I have extremely obscure taste in music. If you really want to get deep into it, I like pizza. I've been professionally diagnosed with being mentally unstable, which I call quirky sad. I watch movies that are boring and artsy, and I love talking about them and knowing what you think about it. I have gay best friends. Always an essential thing to have. And most importantly, I am short. So, right there, that's the nail in the coffin. I can do it. I'm gonna try. Maybe you guys been noticing, but I'm sort of pulling a filthy Frank on this channel. Like the movie reviewing era of this channel is gone. I'm kind of sick of doing it. Like I still love movies. I still love watching movies. And I still love talking about films with people in real life. But man, I'm just sick of just sitting in front of a camera and going like, oh, the cinematography, the screenplay, the acting, and how it all connects thematically. I'm like, nah. I want to do something else. I want to actually create things and put it out there and and maybe hear people's opinions on that thing. And that's what I'm doing. I released a song, and after recording all this, I'm gonna release another song. Actually, I'm gonna record the vocals and mix it and release it sometime this week. And by the end of January, I'm probably gonna have a 5-track EP or something. I'm planning on that, and there are a bunch of more songs that I'm ready. It's in the arsenal. I just need to record them and properly, just do the songwriting for the melodies and all that bullshit. And I think this is the new era. This is the new era of this channel. I don't care if that means this channel's gonna die. I need to be aware of the fact that there are musicians out there who wish they could have a YouTube channel with more than 1,000 subscribers. The fact that I have a channel with more than 1,000 subscribers, that's not a lot. Obviously, that's not much in when you look at every single other channel in the world. But it's a start. It's a place to start. There are musicians who are technically much more well known than me who have YouTube channels that with less than 500 subscribers, maybe even lesser than that. So I should really be utilizing this channel and everything. So which is why I'm not gonna let this channel die. I'm gonna try to put something out every week. Although I will say promoting music is kind of a hard thing to do. I understand why, in certain interviews, certain musicians are like, oh, I feel like a whore sometimes. I don't like social media. And I get it now. After I released that song, some friends and my family members were sending the link to the song to everybody. I'm like, no, I don't want this attention. But then a part of me was like, no, wait, I do. I not only do I kind of want this attention, I need this attention. But it makes me feel weird, because I don't want to be an attention whore, but I kind of need to be in order to make art. So there was this whole conflicting thing in my head, and there have been people that I've met who told me that I should send them links to the song that I'll make because they want to hear it. And I'm like, I should be sending them the link to the song, but I'm not doing it because I don't want to bother them. I don't want to waste their time. But they, they told me to, and I'm just sitting here sort of accepting the fact that this whole, especially in the age of the internet and social media, you just kind of need to accept the fact that in order to be a musician or an artist or a filmmaker or an actor, whatever, you kind of need to like accept the thoughtisms of the world. You need to be a fucking thought. You need to just accept the fact that you're a thought. You're making this shit not only to like please your like artistic urges or whatever. It's partially that, but it's also because you kind of want to be famous. You kind of want the attention. You kind of want to. You can always say that, oh, I want the respect of my heroes and my peers. You can always say that, but that's just clouding the bullshit of saying you want to be famous. And you just need to accept it. I'm trying to do that right now. Although, like, making music, I realized that the main thing is that it's hard. I totally understand why people like make bands, because doing all of this shit while writing the songs, while doing the songwriting, while writing the lyrics, while singing all of them and putting it all out there through Bandcamp and SoundCloud and YouTube and all that bullshit, it's really hard to do just sitting in the bedroom and doing all that, because it takes all day. It takes all day, it takes all of your strength, it takes all of your energy, it takes all your fucking time, and you don't have time for friends. You kind of have time for family once in a while because, it's family. And it's fucking hard. It's such a lonely process, but I always tell myself it could always be worse, because I've listened to that song that I released, and I know how it sounds. I think it's okay. And I always like go around YouTube looking for like, up and coming artists releasing their songs just to see what they're doing, just how good their songs are. And usually, some of them are really good, and most of the time they're really bad. And I always tell myself, I know it's a terrible thing to do, but I always tell myself, at least it's better than that. There's a guy named Lil Satan. There's a rapper named Lil Satan, but I think he's not doing anything anymore. There's like a 808 trap beat black metal artist named Lil Satan, and it's fucking terrible. And I'm like, dude, at least I'm more fucking self-aware than that. Like, I watched those fucking Dr. Phil clips of like that guy going, I made my parents and my girlfriend pay $1.7 million for my rock career. My favorite band is Kiss. My two gods are Paul and Gene. And no, I'm not self-aware enough about music and music history to know that Kiss is actually a band that kinda sucks. They're quite frankly a really mediocre band, and they were just able to like grab the craze and grab the culture by the balls, but music-wise, they're completely dated. And no, I'm not self-aware to know that that's not the music that I should be emulating if I'm gonna be a fucking a third wheel band. No, I need cars. I need like 100 guitars. I need 2 drums, because that's what a rock star does. Like, no, I have a shitty guitar that gives me electric shocks once in a while. My bass does that too. I use drum pads for drums. And fucking, what else do I do? I have like 1 converter and a fucking laptop. That's all I need. That's honestly all I need. And we have like the family piano. That's all I fucking need. I don't need 100 guitars. I don't need 4 cars. I don't even have a driver's license, because driving makes me anxious to the point where I want to scream. So yeah. I always watch those videos and tell myself, I can always be that guy. It can always be worse. So just be thankful for everything. Oh yeah, the new year. Let's hope things change. How do we even end this kind of stuff? Yeah. Bye.